Good morning. I'm Stefania Soldini from the University of Liverpool, and I'm PI of the Feasibility Study in manufacturing of a 3D printed origami solar sail for next generation of CubeSat. This grant has been funded by EPSRC Connected Everything Network Class. This project is a collaboration with different institutions. The lead institution in the University of Liverpool. I'm a guidance and navigation expert for satellite, and my co-I, Dr. Paolo Paoletti from Liverpool, is head of the robotic lab. From the side of Oxford Space System, we have Dr. Juan Reveles, who is co-founder of the company and expert in deployable structures, specifically in deployable antennas. From the side of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, we have Dr. Naoya Ozaki, that he is a CubeSat expert, and then we have Prof. Osamu Mori and Dr. Hamed Sugihara, that are from the Solar Sail Lab in JAXA. Finally, Dr. Stefan Bonardi from the Robotic Lab in JAXA. We are also very lucky to have a mentor from the University of Sheffield, Prof. Iain Todd, from expert in future manufacturing. So now let's start talking with this feasibility study and imagine a bio-inspired approach towards space exploration. So imagine miniaturized satellites, small satellite that can explore like ant colonies, coordinate and reconfigure to overcome specific problem or task. So as ant colonies will team up for solving different tasks, imagine an approach like this for space using small satellite, which we call CubeSat. Now, the biggest challenge for the space industry is how to make space mission adaptable and reliable. Well, a bio-inspired swarm of self-reconfigurable small satellite CubeSat can be the answer. The good news is that in 2018, NASA Mars Insight mission successfully tested CubeSat for deep space. So it's the first time that CubeSat has been used behind Earth applications. And therefore, we think this is the right time to do this research. And the question is, how can the next generation of CubeSat perform multiple tasks? Well, the answer, we think, lies in the Miura origami, a pattern of, let's say, origami folding that has been developed by Dr. Miura in 1917. Now, this type of folding developed by Dr. Miura are actually not new in space. They were initially proposed for folding solar panels. In fact, we have to notice that satellite needs to be compact during launch. So inside the launcher, all these deployable structure like solar panel and antennas need to be packed and stored inside the satellite. So this technique of origami was like a great help for finding technique for packing and then deploying space those large structure. Now, the interesting thing is there are some other technology of origami in space used that is called solar sail. Now, what is a solar sail? A solar sail is a highly reflective, very thin material that by reflecting the sunlight radiation can basically propel himself in space. So this is a similar principle of sailing boat, where the wind is actually what will propel your sailing boat, while in space we could use this thin reflective film for basically solar sailing. And this technology has been tested by JAXA, our partner, in the Professor Mori lab, which is our collaborator, in 2010 with Icarus mission. Now, this is a new technology used for proof propellant-free motion in space, but we think there are more applications for this technology. So how can solar cell technology enable self-reconfiguration? So we are thinking now to develop a next generation of solar cell. And what we would like to achieve is having multi-operational CubeSats that can change their shape, reconfigure themselves using harnessing the solar radiation pressure. So this is a challenge. Now, before talking about our challenges, how we would like to prove this concept, we have to revise a little bit how solar cells are defined. So a solar cell is made of an aluminized membrane that is highly reflective and can reflect the sunlight. Then we have also two other parts that compose a solar cell. One are solar array, which are needed to power our satellite. And the very important one are these actuators called polymer dispersed liquid crystal. They are quite essential because they are very clever devices that by turning them on and off have the ability to change the optical properties of the cell, which means we have a way to harness and control the intensity of the sun radiation. So this was used by Icarus mission for attitude control, so for steering the sail. Now, we want to develop this idea further for this challenge. So if you are aware about the origami robotic field, for example, in this MIT animation, this origami robot has been folded by applying an external heat. Now, we don't want to use the heat of the sun radiation, but what we would like to use is this change of optical property to allow shape changing. For example, I can imagine like a sail used for sailing to arrive at a specific destination and changes its shape, for example, for a different task, a different goal, like antennas for communicating with Earth. Now, how can we pass from a flat shape to a paraboloid shape? Possibly the idea we have in mind is about using rapid prototyping to apply this polymer dispersed liquid in a fully integrated manner in the membrane, in a way in which by turning on and off each single facet, we can trigger different forces acting on a cell and therefore achieving a different shape. Now, that's why we use rapid prototyping, because we would like to prove this concept. And the idea would be then to develop the next generation of solar cell that allow multi-purpose CubeSat mini satellite. Now, this video was done by Mr. Lupumanes, which is our PhD candidate at the robotic lab. And he basically printed this facet on a piece of paper, just to demonstrate the fact that by printing this panel with a specific pattern, we actually can achieve folding. So this is a proof of concept in paper, but we want, of course, to develop it further. Now, if you want to read more about the project, you can go to the website of Connected Everything on the Feasibility Study, where you can find a note of our work. So let's talk about the schedule now and what we would like to deliver in this project. We have to revise our schedule from our original plan. So this is a 7-month project, which should have started in May, but due to the current situation, we have to revise the plan. And so it will be starting in September. So firstly, we have to hire a research assistant that is going to work 6 months and lead the research. And basically, he or she has to work on prototyping these reflective control devices and how to distribute them on the membrane and which material use. So see if we can achieve a fully integrated solar cell in this way. And of course, now we have to do hybrid working from September. So the lab-based activity, so the lab are going to be open and accessible to our research assistant, but any face-to-face or desk-based work is going to be remote. So we have to revise this kind of plan. And particularly, we expect that in 2021 there will be the 6th International Symposium of Solar Sailing, where we hope to show our results. And also we will work on the next grant writing based on this feasibility study. So what did we do so far? We actually had a kickoff meeting with all the industrial partners in March. We also had a kickoff meeting with the Connected Everything, so I had the opportunity to meet the other project lead. Very, very interesting. I hope we can have some collaboration. I also had the chance, me and Dr. Paolo Paoletti had the chance to meet with our mentor, Prof. Ian Todd, in April. And then in May, we have advertised a job post. And the good thing is, by advertising the job post, actually a lot of students reach out to me interested in this project. And in June, I had a student that started working with me on an internship. He's from TU Delft, and he was interested to do an internship on this subject. We received 21 applications. We have shortlisted 5 candidates, and we just concluded the interview session. So we are in the process of appointing the research assistant. And also in September, inspired by this grant, we are going to have 6 students on undergraduate BEng level that are going to work on a complementary topic to this one. Now, my personal experience about sharing this project with for a job advert was very good. I had a very good list of candidates. It was very hard to pick short-list a candidate. We definitely had very good CV from different level. A lot of students have been interested in the project even if they didn't apply for the position. So I received requests for voluntary research on the topic. And I think the main reason was because due to the current situation, I decided to record a YouTube video of my pitch panel interview sharing the idea of the project. And through Twitter and LinkedIn, I received a lot of student interest to work on internship or thesis with me on this topic, which is very good. So I think the great thing of this feasibility study allowed me also to reach out a very good motivated student and set a new project as well. So at the moment, the only person is working on a related project that we are proposing here is Mr. Alexander Fuchs from TU Delft. So he's developing a conceptual feasibility study on control profile for origami shaped solar sail. So try to find what is the attitude control that we have to do and how to turn on and off those single facets to achieve a reconfiguration. So this is a 4 months project. I also had the opportunity to set up some undergraduate project for next semester. So we are going to have 6 students working on different aspects. For example, a mission design, a demonstrator mission of a solar sail CubeSat that, for example, for Earth application for demonstrating this technology. A student will work on more origami robot and Miura origami ideas, so investigating different geometry. Another one will proceed the work in attitude control that has been initiated by Alexander. And then finally, some students will assist the research assistants on material selection and do different review on what is going to be best for rapid prototyping. So I think the good thing about this feasibility study, we can inspire other students to support our research assistant. So opportunity for students to work on innovative concept, but also opportunity to undergraduate to have feedback from our industrial partner. So I think this is a very inspirational project for final year undergraduate student. So we have also to develop a strategy for remote collaboration. So as I said, we are going to have a hybrid research opportunity. That means the lab are going to be open, but then we have to reduce face-to-face meeting. So I found useful with my students, especially Alexander, that unfortunately, due to the current situation, couldn't come in Liverpool, so we have to work in remote. I'm using this tool. So I'm using Slack for communication and chat. So student and researcher can actually contact me through a chat and ask me questions related to the project. For meetings, we use Microsoft Teams and Zoom. Document sharing, I use Overleaf. I found very useful using Git repository for code sharing and document, also for backup, and in the future also for making this project open source, hopefully. So, for example, I'm using Bitbucket. This also, we are starting to write our project wiki, and also we use Trello for planning the milestone of each individual team member. So what is good is all of these tools are actually interacting with each other. So Slack actually is interfaced with Bitbucket. So I have some channel where I can see that people are working on a code or document or uploading stuff in Bitbucket. And also I can start Zoom chat in Slack. Another nice thing is Bitbucket is actually in interface with the project wiki and the project planning of Trello. So each individual that have access to the repository actually are contributing to keep and maintain the repository, but also planning some milestone and tasks to be achieved. So this is our strategy for the next 6 months until the situation is as it is. And finally, I think the idea with this project will be to use the result of our proof of concept for formalizing a new proposal. And I think it will be a continued long-lasting collaboration with JAXA and Oxford Space System. And it will be the idea, the vision I have, and the reason for why I wanted to check these technologies, because I'm thinking about a swarm of self-reconfigurable robotic CubeSats that can achieve different tasks in space. So, for example, using solar cycle technology for propulsion, and then for reassembling and maybe land on another planet. So this is the goal that we have in mind. And at the end of this project, we are planning to submit a proposal on this topic. So thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please contact me.